What's going on, guys? Horror Junkies back with another video. And damn, guys, I know it's been a minute. We haven't posted a video in a couple of weeks. But this video is going to be about the new Children of the Corn.
The remake.
2023.
Which was actually made in 2020, but didn't release till 2020 for some reason.
I'm going to go out on a limb here to say that when you guys watch this movie, do not go into it thinking the last or the very first or any of the other Children of the Corns.
Take it as its own thing.
Yeah, right. So we're going to get into this video, but before we do, we would definitely appreciate you guys if you would hit that subscribe button, that thumbs up button, and go and hit that notification bell. You know, just because every time that we put out a video, you gonna get notified. You gonna get that little bell's gonna ring. Yeah.
Ding.
Yes. So, to get into this movie, we was really stoked. We couldn't wait to see it. Of course, they did release it in theaters, but we wasn't. We was busy. You know what I mean? We couldn't get there, so we had to wait for it to come out on streaming.
I think the first thing we need to talk about is Eden.
I agree.
Because she is the shit in this movie.
Well, first of all, before we get completely into talking about this movie,
spoiler alert.
This is definitely going to be a spoiler. So you know how horror junkies roll. You know what I mean? We do our videos, we spoil shit. You know what I mean?
And it's been out.
And it's been out for a while, so we kind of feel that it's okay to spoil the shit out of it. So we're going to. And with what you were saying, the Eden character in this movie was badass. First of all, you guys got to go into this movie open-minded. Do not think of none of the other movies. It's a remake, and go into it as such. Because if you don't, you're going to be highly disappointed. For us, we went into it open-minded, and we actually enjoyed it.
That and the fact that we ain't watched the original in forever.
Oh, I know. I do remember it, but not, there's so many sequels. It's just so many sequels, so I kind of focus on maybe 1 and 2, and then I let the rest of them go. But Eden.
Fucking badass.
Absolutely phenomenal actress.
Kate Moyer.
She killed this role. I love this role
Isaac
for her.
who?
Right?
She was badass.
Like, dude, I'm telling you, I think she was more brutal.
Oh, yeah. She's definitely, like, one of the best parts of the movie.
I really do think she slayed this fucking role, literally.
She's fucking awesome.
This movie starts out really good, too, because she's in it from the get-go. Mm-hmm. And some dude she's in a foster home with ends up slaying all the grown-ups in the foster home, and basically tells her, Eden, it's gonna be okay because nobody ever dies in the corn. Creepy shit.
Creepy.
But right off the bat, when they come back to Miss Eden, they show that the minister of the town wants to adopt her.
The pastor.
He looks like a pedophile.
He does.
Right off the bat, I can tell you this guy looks creepy as shit.
Like a straight chomo.
So she goes and lives with him, and I guess he touched her. Maybe. I mean, they didn't come out and say it.
They hint towards it,
they
don't really
they
say
kind of
it.
hint towards it, but they don't really say it. And so she literally, she takes over town. Like, the town's struggling, agricultural wise, corn wise. Corn's dying. It's not doing very well. They ain't making no money.
Well, it's also a very small town.
So they decide that they're just gonna bow down to the government and rather get paid to not grow corn than to actually grow it and sell it. Easy way out. But let's go out and say really quick that all the fucking adults in this movie are fucking garbage.
They're fucking.
They treat their kids like shit.
This house is a fucking prison! I'm playing bullshit! And the galaxy of this sucks camel dicks!
There's literally multiple parents that beat their kids, cheat on their spouses.
Oh, yeah. In front of their kids.
In front of their kids.
And
it's
actually,
just like every adult in this movie, except for one,
yeah,
is a piece of shit.
Yeah, except for the main character's
Bo's dad.
He seems like he's a really good guy. It looks like he pretty much runs the town. Everybody does what he says.
And at the end of the day, he's just trying to make ends meet.
Right.
He's just got to do what he's got to do.
Right. So he's the one that decides they're going to bow down to the government and just get paid for not growing any crops because they're not making any money. So the kids ain't buying it. Like they was like, we want to vote. You know what I mean? We're not getting a vote. We care about the corn. We care about the soil. And his daughter, who is probably right around 17, 18 years old, she's the one that says, this is not the last thing we can do. We need to save the soil and try to save the crops. And they just, no. So the kids are not liking it. They're not having it.
And then once the kids speak up, some assholes
Yeah.
stand up and start making fun of the kids and shit.
This was a part of the movie that kind of bugged me a little bit because one of them in particular, who is known for beating his kids, he turns around, makes fun of Eden and all the kids and laughs at them and calls them names and this, that, and the other. And they feel that they deserve a vote. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's their future.
Right. And there was other people in there stating that it's their future. So he carries on and gets everybody else to laugh with him and make fun of the kids, and it pisses them off. So what do? They fuck up the adults.
They have a trial.
and it was Bo's idea to have this trial, but Eden took it upon herself to actually make it a real trial. And she was judge and jury.
She was like, you were late. You were supposed to be here at 10. You're here at 10:30. So
yeah, I took care of it.
With trial.
She said, I took care of it.
Doesn't really matter anymore, Bo. It's over.
What's over?
You were late. So we just went ahead and did it.
You did what?
The trial.
Yeah.
Eden is so badass.
She's hardcore.
I fucking loved Eden.
The character she plays is ridiculously good.
It's like when there's certain scenes where she's just talking, being normal, and it's fucking creepy.
Yeah.
The way she delivers lines.
The adults. I know. It sucks. So hard sometimes you can hardly breathe. But I can help. With your pain.
Yeah, it's amazing. She just has this look to her that she's really creepy. And I always said that in the original, little blonde hair, blue eyed kids are fucking creepy. This bitch, she's not blonde hair and she don't have blue eyes and she's creepy as shit. Like, she surpasses Malachi, all of them. Like, she is fucking brutal.
Like, Malachi and Isaac would work for her.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I guarantee it. Like, at the beginning, too, they was also trying to coerce this kid to jump off this little silo. Mm-hmm. And because it had a plank out on it, and they was coercing him.
They were playing pirate.
They were playing pirate, and they were coercing him to jump. And you could see it in her face, like she was fucking serious. She wanted this motherfucker to jump. And then when he jumped into the bale of hay, they was gonna set it on fire. and the Bo girl was like, "Oh no, you can't do this." And she was like, "Okay, we'll pretend to burn him." like they was really gonna do it.
Like, you still gonna jump, but we'll just pretend.
We're not really gonna burn you.
Right.
We'll just pretend to. Yeah.
And I love that this movie, like, the original starts off like at the very beginning where they kill off the adults, and you don't see anything before that. I love that this movie shows what life was like beforehand.
Well, and also they torment the fucking adults too. Like they don't kill all of them at one time. They do it slowly.
And separately.
And the pastor, she leaves. He's one of the last ones, and she fucks him up deservingly. Like he deserved it, because that's when you kind of know where she kind of leads into like he's a fucking pervert, pretty much, and like because basically all she says is you have sinned and you know what you did, and then she cuts his fucking eyes out.
And not only does she cut his eyes out, she fucking grabs them bitches and yanks.
Yes. Yeah, like she cuts a hole around the eyes and lets them fucking dangle and then just literally yanks them out. Like, it was some cool shit.
It was fucking great.
This movie's not really gory.
Not really.
It's got some gore.
But at the same time, didn't really need it.
No, and another thing that kills me about this movie, I've read a lot of reviews and watched a lot of reviews on this movie, and there was almost everybody said it was garbage. I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Great.
It was something different. It brings something new to 2023 horror movies, and I actually enjoyed it. It's definitely different, and it was just, I thought it was great.
And if you're gonna remake a movie, why you need to do something different, because you don't want to just copy and paste the original, because that movie already exists.
Right. And that they definitely did that with this. I definitely believe they brought a little bit of life to it. I haven't watched this is 11. This is the 11th one or something like that. I haven't watched like 10 through fucking 4. So
apparently there's one where Isaac comes back.
Obviously they're terrible, I have seen 1 and 2 and thought they were great. I loved them. And on the other hand of this, I actually liked this movie. It was enjoyable. It wasn't boring. It kept you wanting more for me. And I just don't understand why people just can't be open-minded enough to give movies like this a chance.
The only thing I will say that kind of bugged me about the movie, I love the movie. But the only thing that kind of bugged me was the CGI was kind of spotty here and there.
Yeah.
But other than that, nothing really.
I thought, for me, the corn creature was a little cheesy. It didn't ruin the movie for me. I actually still love the movie, but I thought the corn creature was a little cheesy. I do believe they probably could have done a little bit better with that because the CGI on him was kind of terrible. But other than that, like, one of the best kills is the creature actually grabs a chick and fucking rips her in fucking half. And you can see there's the CGI flaws in that. But it was a good kill. It was still a really good kill, which you was like, oh, that's badass.
I'm kind of torn on the creature myself because I don't like its body, the way like its body looks.
Yeah.
But I love its face.
Yeah, the face.
The fact that its face opens up and shit.
Yeah, it was almost kind of like it had some kind of like shield to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was actually, the face was cool. The creature itself, I think it could have been better if the CGI would have been better. I think what made the creature cheesy for me was the CGI. I think it could have been done a little bit better. Story, it delivered. The kids were tired of the parents' shit. The parents were a bunch of low-down pieces of shit who didn't give a fuck about their kids. And so the kids just got fed up and just said, fuck it, we're going to kill them.
And another reason why I love that it doesn't start with killing of the adults, it leads into that, is because the kids, before everything goes down, the kids have psychopathic tendencies.
Yes.
And traits, and everybody ignores it.
Oh, I know. Like, they're in the middle of the cornfield, and all of them got sharp-ass weapons. Like, every fucking one of them. Machetes, axes, fucking bow and arrows. Fucking, I mean, everything. It's sickles, the handheld sickles that fucking come around that you like fucking swipe corn with. I mean, they're all fucking playing with these fucking things. Like,
and they kill a pig at one point and drain it of its blood and use the blood to paint the roots of the corn.
yes.
And nobody says a fucking word.
Well, the one girl does.
Bo does.
But then she just kind of walks away from
Yeah,
it.
this was my problem with that, is in that scene when she finds them doing that, she doesn't really even bring it up. She just talks to Eden for a little bit and then pretty much ignores what they're doing.
Yeah, she's like, okay, so this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to save the corn. She just brushes it off like it's no big deal. I mean, at first she's like, what are you doing? It's kind of weird. And after that, she tells them what they're doing, and then she kind of ignores it, So the ending is typical. I believe the ending, you can see it coming from a mile away. But at this point, it had me so interested. I was good with it. There was some cheesy parts with the story, but all in all, to me, it was just an enjoyable movie. Something fresh, something new.
The very end scene was badass.
Yes.
Where Eden comes back. Well, comes back, because I don't know if it was a dream sequence or not, because it didn't really explain it.
Right.
But
yeah, it was pretty cool. She walks into the corn at the end, that the cornfield's completely engulfed in flames, and she walks into the cornfield, and Bo tries to stop her, but well, she just says something like she didn't really fucking stop, like
don't do that.
Like she really wanted her to, but like tried to act like she cared a little bit. And then so at the end, Bo's walking through the scorched cornfield, and she finds this little ring that Eden wore. It was like a sunflower, and she picks it up, and when she picks it up, it kind of disappears in her hand, and then Eden walks up. She's all burnt, but her clothes wasn't, which made no fucking sense. I mean, her skin was all scorched and shit, and her face was all fucked up, and then she kind of had corn stalks coming out of her face. Shit. It was pretty cool. That was one of the CGIs that was actually pretty good, I thought.
Another spotty CGI spot was when Bo found her dad dead in the cornfield, raised up like a scarecrow.
Oh, yeah.
Something like weeds or shit start coming out of his eye. That was kind of spotty.
One of the scenes I did like, though, was before they had the trial. Fudge round?
Keep it in your pocket, cuz.
Right before the trial, Bo and her brother's at home talking to her dad, and she happens to glare out the window. And this is kind of one of the first creepy fucking things you actually really get to see CGI wise. And I actually thought it was a really good CGI spot too. They did really good. Some girl stops in front of her house, and she's covered in fucking blood. She stares at her through the window, and then all of a sudden her face just changes. Oh, damn, I fucking hit myself with my fucking microphone. But it was a really good CGI spot, and I really did enjoy that. It was really, really cool. All in all, this movie was pretty damn good. It was better than I expected. I thought we found out about this movie kind of like last minute, and we did a review on the trailer, and we was kind of back and forth, which we was hoping it was going to be good, but we just didn't know. But it ended up being enjoyable and a really decent movie and a must watch, I would believe. But honestly, go into this movie open-minded. Don't think about the other movies, and you might enjoy it a little bit more, because that's pretty much what we did. And it did help that I haven't seen none of them in fucking forever. So
I mean, everybody has their own opinion about the movie. I liked it. Personally, I did not miss Malachi or Isaac.
I think she killed it.
Yeah.
I think she killed it.
Eden was enough.
She played that role very well, and I enjoyed her in that role. She looked mean as shit. She was mean as shit because she didn't give a shit about nothing. She did not care at all. Kill a motherfucker quick and didn't give a shit. You know what I mean? It's pretty much the way she was, and she always had this expression on her face, like, I'm going to just fucking take over the world, like Iki in the Brain.
Try to take over the world.
And shit. You know what I mean? I'm going to take over the world, and I don't give a fuck.
There's this one scene right after they kill all the adults where Eden's giving this big speech to all the kids, and I don't think I've ever seen a child actor give a speech in front of a bunch of people, but she fucking killed it.
Yeah. Yeah. She sounded like a fucking adult.
She did.
That's what she sounded like. Very convincing too.
Damn, I want to join.
So for those of you who haven't seen this movie and have looked at reviews and you're just kind of, I don't know if I wanted to see it, I'm telling you, give it a watch. Go into it open-minded. You might actually enjoy it. Not everybody is a best critic, and a lot of people, a lot of people lean on what some of these YouTube channels say about movies, because for the most part, they're kind of correct, but a lot of people are tainted because they're set in their ways. They like one thing, and heaven forbid if something else comes out and it's not the same. This is different, and it's actually enjoyable, and just give it a watch, give it a chance. And I think you might slightly enjoy it. If you don't, I'm sorry. I mean, we can't all be children of the corn. Right. We can't. So, that's going to be it for the Children of the Corn review. Like always, follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and the Slasher app. And until next time, guys, this is Horror Junkies, and we're out.